Hey guys, it's Itzel here to talk about my experience studying abroad during the coronavirus outbreak. It's just so crazy to me that I planned to do this video a week ago, so I had already taken like some notes, some extra, and then now that a week later I'm actually filming this, I had to take new notes because of how quickly the situation has advanced. I came to Granada, Spain at the end of January with intentions of staying until my program ended at the end of May. Now that Spain is currently the second most affected European country, right after Italy, things are a little bit different. The program I came here with is giving us email updates all the time, which I really appreciate. And one thing that's a little bit unique to them, I feel like, is that they haven't forced out all of their students or canceled the program. They've just encouraged us to go home and told us to listen to our home universities as to what they had to say. So because of that, my home university is one of the few that actually isn't forcing me to go home. They're just recommending it. So I'm here to talk about my experience, things that I missed out on, etc. I was supposed to be in Morocco right now with my program. So obviously that trip got canceled about a week in advance. And unfortunately, I'm also missing out on other day trips that were planned and also some trips that I was planning for myself outside of my program. On the bright side, I guess I'm saving money, but at the same time, I mean, it's quite unfortunate that I came here and paid so much to get here, so much for my program, so much for all these trips, and now they're not happening. So in terms of classes for me, there was specific classes for foreigners and a lot of Americans. So all of those classes are canceled for 1 week, and they resume next week on March 23rd, online only. Just because so many people were sent home, they're making the online class more so video clips from the professors because you can't attend an actual online class since everyone's going to be in different time zones now. So it's just going to be videos for you to watch on your own time and assignments to complete and turn in on time, which is kind of cool. I mean, it makes life a little bit easier. You can do things at your own pace whenever you want. It's just unfortunate that you aren't going to be able to see your friends or your funny professors or anything like that. I mean, there were some people who I wish I would have gotten their contact information, but I mean, I can't now, and there's nothing I can do about that. Starting tomorrow for me was supposed to be the start of my midterm week. That's the week that's officially canceled. I'm not exactly sure how they're going to do exams, since a lot of them were supposed to be timed writings versus just like a multiple choice exam. Not gonna lie, I mean, I'm pretty glad that we have another week to study for it because I honestly was not prepared for those exams. I have one class that wasn't necessarily a part of that program. It was separate. It was actually taken with locals, which was my Arabic course. That class is not online yet. That one is part of the real university. They're just closed down for 2 weeks. So as of now, they're scheduled to return in 2 weeks. So I'm scheduled to return in those 2 weeks. So we'll see how things progress as to whether or not they're going to end up having to go online or we're actually going to go back to classes. The unfortunate thing is that all the time lost is going to have to be made up. So if we do lose these 2 weeks now and then classes resume, I have to make up those 2 weeks after, in theory, the program would be over. I live in a residence hall here in Spain, like full of students, and most people have left. The residence hall is getting pretty empty, which kind of sucks, especially since a lot of my good friends have already left or are going to leave. So I don't know what I'm going to be doing exactly for these next 2 weeks, just kind of chilling in here, but we'll see. It's a bad situation for everyone. So here at least it'll give me time to catch up on my notes and my studies, figuring out better editing techniques, maybe record some more videos, talk on the phone, sleep in. All we can do is make the best of it. I still remember a week ago that very few people were leaving, this different vibe, this different energy from people, and 3 days later, the whole world is leaving. Everyone's buying plane tickets. Turns out some people are gone. I mean, I just remember texting like some people like, hey, like, do you have to leave or are you going to leave Spain? And my reply is, oh, I'm already in the airport. Oh, see ya. And I just remember I was talking to the person that I met on my way here, my last flight from Madrid to Granada. I met someone in my program. His name was Hunter. And even though we didn't even know we were coming in together, we came in together. And it was just so crazy when he was leaving. And even for me that I'm staying, it's not like I'm getting the true experience. I mean, I can't go out. I can't try like more of the food. I can't meet more people. I'm just staying in my room, pretty much, or in the residence hall, at least for these next 2 weeks. Hopefully it doesn't blow over too much. I'm thinking it would probably be about a month, but who knows, really. Just these 2 weeks, I'm just going to take it day by day, see what happens. I mean, there's new updates hourly. The situation in Spain is pretty much that the country's going on a lockdown. Now they're in a state of alarm. It's pretty much following Italy, where you can't be out on the streets. There's no social gatherings, things like that. The only reason you could leave your apartment or your space is to go to the hospital, go to the pharmacy, or go to the supermarket, which is nice that we still have those options open to us. Public transportation and flights and everything supposedly are reduced by 50%, and if things are going to get worse, there's going to be no one on the streets, I'm assuming they're going to get reduced even more. So the reason I chose to stay was because I am hoping that, again, within like a month, things will be coming back relatively to normal-ish. Then I could kind of get back that experience. If I choose to fly home, I probably wouldn't fly back after things kind of got better. Also, flights are ridiculous. I mean, flights are about $3,000 to get them last minute right now, and a one-way for $3,000 back to the States. That's ridiculous. I do also have kind of emergency contacts here in Spain, I suppose. I'm friends with a decent amount of Spaniards, a lot of which actually live nearby, who have already offered their place to me in case something happens to the residence hall. And like I said, I also have a few essential items just in case things really went downhill, but I really don't think it's going to come to that. It's just reassuring to know I have options and I'm slightly prepared for anything that could really happen. I can obviously change my mind at any point and decide to fly out back to the United States. The only kind of concern with that is, one, the price of the flight, and two, that I know slowly things are starting to shut down. I mean, cities are starting to shut down here in Spain, but airports, I've heard, are also starting to consider shutting down since they're reducing so many flights, which is starting to get nerve-wracking. And I know that in the United States, you can't fly into just any airport anymore. There's specific airports you can fly into. So what if that number keeps reducing? What if the number here keeps reducing? And eventually, like, what if I just can't go back? Again, I don't think it's going to come to that, but I mean, you never know. So really the decision to stay is made. I'm staying. And now to my degree. I'm required to study abroad for 10 or 12 weeks, something like that. So the semester program was perfect. So if I leave early, I'm not sure if they'd waive it or I'd have to study abroad again. And don't get me wrong, I would love to study abroad again. I was loving this experience, and I would love to travel more or even come back. I really, really like it here. The problem is it's so expensive, I really couldn't afford to do it again. Obviously, this coronavirus has brought a lot of devastating situations to a lot of people, and I'm not trying to imply that my poor studying abroad experience that whatever got ruined is the worst thing going on right now. Definitely not. I just wanted to share this video because a lot of people keep asking me if I'm okay, like what's going on, what's the situation. I'm fine. I'm not panicked. I'm being cautious, but I'm not panicked. I definitely believe the panic is worse than the virus. I hope the best for everyone out there. Stay safe, do what you need to do. Well, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Don't catch that because then you might catch the virus. No, I'm just kidding.